Welcome to Willoughby. Another sunny, beautiful day in South Florida. Actually, it was until a couple minutes ago. Today I was thinking about doing a video about my philosophy about gardening. Not only organic, permaculture, take conventional, all that stuff. I want to take it all in. It's raining right now. It's not going to hurt me. Water never hurt nobody. My cameraman there, she's a little shy, but we're going to take it from here. Alright? What we're going to do is, I got some plants that I had a big elephant here that was over there. I just transplanted to the front of the house. I want to take some other plants over there. I have a Lady of India that I want to put in the ground. As I put it in there, we'll talk about the different things that I believe about gardening. Alright, so here we go. Alright guys, so the little sun shower that we thought it was going to be in South Florida turned into a torrential downpour. What we're going to do is, I just planted the elephant ear here right before I got my lazy cameraman up. I want to plant this Lady of India that's in the pot here. I'm going to take her out of the pot, put her over here. I want to use that pot for my citrus. I'm going to redo this garden. It's the front of the house. I got a macadamia nut in the front there. That's been there for about, I'd say about 8 months. I want to do nuts in the front of the house. So what we're going to do is, I just went online yesterday and I saw that pistachios actually grow in South Florida. You need a male and a female. You need a pair actually. And I saw a website online. I can't remember right now which one it was. It was like $180. It's not cheap, but you know, it's a 5 to 6 foot plant tree. Plant a couple of them. I want to do all nuts over here. I got macadamia. I have also on the other side of the driveway, I have a pecan, which is not really in our zone. We're in zone 10. You can see it over there, the little one. I thought it was dead. Put it in there. It came back up. You know, so I have high hopes for her. So what do I want to do in the front here? Macadamia, nuts, pistachios, pecans. They take a long time. I'll probably be dead before they give fruit, but it'll be for my kids, for their kids, if we still have the house or not. But that's the whole idea here. So what I want to do is basically put a little other plants in here too, because my wife is not too crazy about, she really doesn't understand the whole permaculture idea. But this elephant here, Alocasia, she's gonna give lots of leaves, big leaves, gonna give some shade in this little courtyard over here. This Lady of India, you can't kill her. I mean, I've had this thing for, geez, about 15 years at least. You can't kill her. I've had them in different pots, had her by the pool, I moved her out here. She's very, very low maintenance. I'm going to put her in the ground over here now, right where this cardboard is. She's going to be here. And then I'm going to build basically like I did in the back there, but not too crazy because I don't want my neighbors going nuts. You know, some wood chips, mulch, based around a nut, basically nuts. I want nuts in the front here. You know, something that's going to take a long time to grow, so it doesn't look like it's going out of, you know, out of control like the back there, because most people don't understand the whole permaculture concept. So what I want to do today is do that, plant these things in there, and give my whole idea about my philosophy about what I think gardening is all about. Alright, so here we go. Alright guys, so anybody who's watched my channel, I was hoping to put some plants in the ground as we talked about philosophy, but Mother Nature doesn't want to help us out here. So we're just going to be talking about it. I hope you enjoy it. Like I've said before in other videos, when you get some kind of neurological problem, disease, hits home. I might tell you my wife had cancer, you start reading stuff. I've read a lot. When I first started permaculture, I was doing camping. I was glamping. I love camping. I love camping. I love setting up. I have all kinds of stuff. I have all my tents, everything you can imagine to go out there in the wilderness and make it work by yourself. But my wife decided to get together with her friends and we went glamping. So they had these big tents already made and stuff with beds, like king-size beds, this and that and the other thing in there. And the way they were laid out, it was all wood chips all around, in between all these big trees. And it was pretty cool. I mean, you know, they had a fire circle in the middle and stuff like that. What I liked about it was the area, not the particular, you know, tent that we was in, but the area that we was in. They had all these big trees around there, and in between they had smaller trees, and then in between they had bushes. Basically, permaculture at its finest. So when I was there, I thought to myself, you know what? That's what I'm going to do in the backyard. The backyard was always, you know, for the kids when they were smaller. You know, it was always, they could run around, play around, you know, it had playhouses, we had sandboxes, we had this and that. As they got older, I said, you know what, I want to make a food forest on this thing. And that was the first start. Didn't have anything about, you know, thinking about health and disease, this and that, and anything. When I first bought all those plants and stuff like that, it was just things that I wanted to grow, things that I thought would be cool to grow. And then afterwards, planted them in the ground. And, you know, when my wife got cancer and stuff like that, most of the stuff that we had in the ground, and you do some research, start reading a lot of books. I read a lot of books about cancer, read a lot of books about neurological problems, a lot of, you know, Ayurvedic medicine. Everything that grows in my yard has some kind of benefit for some kind of disease, you know? So it kind of took me to the next level. It kind of took me to, like, you know what, let's plant some things that that can actually help benefit ourselves. And then I start reading more and more and more about soil compositions, you know, like we talked about compost, this and that, the different types of compost. And there's one book that I read talked about, you know, people should be, the people, let's say, where they're grown from, where they came from. So your mom and dad from Italy, my parents from Italy, from southern Italy, okay? Most southern Italy, for people that don't know, Calabria, where they come from, is basically tomato-based. So there's not much milk, there's not much, like Alfredo sauce, that stuff. That stuff comes from the northern pork, right? So actually, in my own life, I think about that, I am kind of like lactose intolerant. I like milk, I love cheese, but, you know, I have that lactose intolerance. And this book basically says, you eat what your parents ate, their grandparents ate, because it's in your dynamics, it's inside of you, right? Don't know how much of that is true. Kind of makes sense to me. The one that I really believe is, as far as permaculture, as far as what we're doing here, is where you're located, if you've been there for a while. The things that grow there is the things that you should eat, right? So like here we're in South Florida. We can eat peaches, we can eat jujubes, we can eat tomatoes, we can eat eggplant, we can, the different fruit trees that grow here, you know, the soursop, this and that, the other thing. We cannot have apples trees, and cannot have, you know, the most of the stone fruit trees that need, you know, a few hours of cold weather, we can't have them here. Okay, so the people that were born here, let's say, where the location that we're at, should be eating what grows in your locale. Makes sense to me, right? Everything nowadays is like, okay, Americans especially, we don't care. We want, you know, we're going to get this grown in California, get this grown in Mexico, get this grown somewhere else. Comes there, they pick it when it's not even ripe. They put some wax on it to keep it, you know, fresh, this and the other thing. You know, that kind of, when I was reading this book, I said, you know what, kind of makes sense. Since then, this back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, all these studies and stuff like that. Like I said, back in the 40s, 50s, cancer was, oh my God, it was something like, who the hell had that, you know? Nowadays, they say 1 in 2 is going to have it. Why? Don't know if this, what I'm talking about, is related to that, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, where you're at, like I try to grow a lot of stuff here. I try to grow a lot of different plants. If they don't grow, they don't grow, right? So that's that. But you can try to grow stuff. The stuff that does grow, you should eat it. That's it. You know, that's what our ancestors did. Everybody behind us did. just GMO, and it's all this like trying to genetically modify stuff and make different things from this Frankenstein seeds and all that kind of crap. I don't believe it. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's healthy. I think we have enough stuff where we live. It doesn't matter where you live. I mean, you can be in New York, you can be in Jersey. You have tomatoes. Oh my God. If I was in Jersey, I'd have all those beefsteaks and all this kind of stuff. I'd have cherry trees, you know, I'd have peach trees, I'd have apple trees, I'd have all the stuff that, you know, that grows over there, right? So I think it makes a lot of sense. Our ancestors back in the day ate what was available to them, and you didn't hear of all these different neurological problems, all these different crazy, you know, diseases that we get nowadays. Nowadays, Americans especially want this, they want that. You're not, you know, it doesn't make any sense. So that's my philosophy about everything. Besides that, you know, organics, we talk about organics, we talk about permaculture. I think what I'm doing here is more than organics, because I don't believe in putting any kind of, even they say it's organic fertilizers or organic pesticides, I don't believe in putting any of that. I want everything to come from God. I mean, everything to come from nature. Nature's been there all the time. The food forest, the Amazon, all these rainforests, where everything comes from. Think about it. I mean, even aspirin, all those things, echinacea, everything comes from God, comes from the natural places, from everything that's been going on forever. So why should we add all these chemical fertilizers, chemical additives, all this stuff? I don't believe in it. You know what? I own a butcher shop. I was thinking to myself, my banana plants need some phosphorus. What's great? How can we create bone meal, right? So I didn't go there and buy some bone meal, but I got bones at the store. So you know what I'm thinking about myself? I say, you know, I got so many bones there, dry them out, maybe I'll crush them up, throw them in there, hopefully put something around there so the dog doesn't dig off that stuff. But I don't know. I'm going to research further, see what our ancestors did, because we've come along from those guys, and they evidently they did something right. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, right? All right, the rain is letting up a little bit. I'm going to go out there and plant my Lady of India. I hope you understood what I was saying about my philosophy. I don't know if it's right, it's wrong. I read a lot of books. I do a lot of research. I know what works for me. I know what doesn't work for me. This is South Florida. I mean, this is Zone 10. Florida's got a bunch of different zones. We've been doing a lot of different things here, like that hardy pecan over there. It's not supposed to be grown here, but look at it. It's growing. So that's about it, folks. I hope that this has been informative. I hope it's been, you know, something to make you think. What can you do? What is your thoughts about it? You know what I'm saying? And as always, thanks, guys. Alright, so there you have it, guys. That's my philosophy. So, I'm a little personally for dinner tonight. Alright, besides that, so will it be homegrown, fresh, organic, or will it be GMO, insecticide, suicide? 2 green thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.